This is a slightly more challenging question based on the arithmetic sequence. It involves the variable x. So the first question is asking us to find the value of x. Before you attempt this question, you have to look at the piece of information that you've been that you're given. Here we're given the sequence, and we're also told that it's an arithmetic sequence. By the virtue of being an arithmetic sequence, it simply means that d is equal to t2 minus t1 is equal to t3 minus t2. So if we know this, then we can then find a way to find the x value. T2 is this one here, 4x plus 5. This method will enable us to find the value of x in the way that we are familiar with. And then t3 minus t2 is this term here, term 3, minus this term here, term 2. So this is 10x minus 5 minus t2 is this one, 4x plus 5. It's very important to make sure that you don't forget your brackets, because if you make a mistake and put negative 4x and then you say plus 5, that would be wrong if you have no brackets, because you have to make sure that you distribute your negative sign whenever you do calculations. Okay, so 4x minus x is going to be 3x, and then we're going to drop 5 as it is, and this is going to be 10x. So negative times 4x is going to be negative 4x, so 10x minus 4x is going to be 6x, and then I'm going to drop this negative 5 as it is. Negative times a positive 5 is going to be a negative 5. 3x. We're going to take, we have to make sure that variables are on one side and constants are on one side. So I'm going to choose variables to be on the left. So 6x when coming to the left becomes negative 6x. And this is negative 5 minus 5, negative 10. Positive 5 becomes negative 5 when it comes to the right. 3x minus 6x is negative 3x. Negative 10 minus 5 is negative 15. We're going to divide by negative 3 on both sides so that we can get rid of the coefficient negative 3. X is going to be equal to 5. This is the value of x as asked. Now let's get to, so this was 1. So let's answer the second part of the question. The second question is asking us to find the first 3 terms. These are the first 3 terms. Term 1, term 2, term 3. Term 1 is x, and we already find that x is equal to 5, so term 1 is 5. So term 2 is 4x plus 5. We know that x is equal to 5. So 5 plus 5. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 5 is 25. T3 is 10x minus 5, because that's the third term. And x, of course, is 5 minus 5. So this is 50 minus 5 is going to be 45. Therefore, the first 3 terms will be 5, 25, and 45. That's how we're going to do it. Now let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. In the next question, we are given the sequence for 2.5, 1, and then it said that we want to find a term. Find a term that is equal to negative 66.5. So you're given this sequence here. You have 4, 2.5, 1, and at some point you're going to arrive to negative 66.5. And they are asking us to find a term that is equal to negative 66.5. When you're asked to find a term, you are essentially asked to find the value of n. This is what we want. Okay. So in order for us to find the value of n, we've got to find the equation first, the equation of n. We've got to find the equation of n. So we know that, by the way, this is an arithmetic sequence, I forgot to tell you. So basically, we're going to have Tn is equal to A multiplied by n minus 1 multiplied by d. A is equal to 4 because A is the first term. D is equal to T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 minus T2. 2.5 minus 4 is the same as 1 minus 2.5. So this is term 2, term 1, this is term 3, this is term 2. You should expect to get the same answer. And if you're not told if this is an arithmetic sequence, or if you're not told if this is an arithmetic sequence, you can just try to find the value of d. If d is the same, then that would mean you have an arithmetic sequence. So we're going to have 1.5, and then we're going to have 1.5 on this side as well, clearly by inspection. Okay, now since we have a and d, we can then say we have a n minus 1. A is equal to 4 as we found, and d is equal to negative 1.5. Negative 1.5. So Tn, this is going to be a negative, by the way. Negative 1.5 times by n is going to be negative 1.5n. Negative 1.5 times by negative 1 is going to be positive 1.5. So Tn will eventually become negative 1.5n. 4 plus 1.5 is 5.5. So they're asking us to find a term that is equal to negative 66.5. So they want n that is equal to the term negative 66.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute negative 66.5 here and solve for n. Negative 66.5, we're going to take this 5.5 to the left. Its sign is going to change, it's going to become negative, and then it's going to be equal to negative 1.5 n. This on the right, we're going to have negative 1.5 n. So we're going to get negative 66.5 minus 5.5 is equal to negative 72, and that's going to be negative 5.5, and we're going to divide on both sides by negative 5, and then we're going to divide on this side as well by negative 1.5. The answer will be n is equal to negative 48. So a term that is equal to negative 66.5 is the term number 48. Its n is equal to 48.